26 or 27, and I got signed to a record company. It was a big one. I'm spacing what they were called, but because I went into the studio, recorded a few songs, and they called me in and said, "You're fired." I was telling my girlfriend I was gonna be famous, and that was it, you know. And the thing that happened was they wanted me to be a grunge singer because it was 1992, and that's what everybody was. And I wanted to do this. I'd always liked Ramblin' Jack Elliott, and he was the father of Jerry Jeff Walker and John Prine, and that's what I had studied my whole life, and that's what I wanted to be. I liked those songs where the soft verse and they screamed during the chorus. I wasn't angry though. I was having a good time. I was living this hitchhiking life and going everywhere. But all the record companies wanted me to be sadder, and they wanted me to be madder, and they wanted me to be louder, and it was driving me crazy. And after I got fired from the one, I went back to my show at the Daily Planet, and every time I'd go to the show, there'd be a few more of these guys there. They wouldn't wear suits. That's what everyone says, they're suits. They have suits. But they'd say, "How come you won't do the grunge thing?" And then a record company called Margaritaville, Jimmy Buffett owned that, and this guy named Bob was in charge of it, and he got in, he was one of the guys talking to me about making an album, and he was also thinking, "How come you don't like this, what your friends like?" And I was like, "I do like what my friends like. They just don't like the other kids." Like there was this thing getting ready. Remember, I was talking about Americana. It was getting ready to happen. But this is true. This one morning I got up, and they used to have these things called like cattle calls, where if you were a young person on the brink of a record contract, they would have these events where all the record companies would come, and they'd have like 15 or 16 of these different singers. And I did a few of those. And on this night, I knew that all those people I was talking to were going to be there. I knew they were going to talk to me about being grunge. And that morning, I can't believe I played it that night. That morning while I was making breakfast, I made this song up in my head, and I didn't even write it down. And then I opened with it that night. And after the show was over, the guy from Margaritaville came back into the dressing room before any of the other people and said, "That first song you did, are you going to put that on the album?" And I said, "Yeah." And he said, "You're going to put it on there just like you did it tonight?" And I said, "Yes." And he said, "Okay, well, I don't give a fuck what you do with the other 10 songs." And we shook on it. It was a deal. And this is something. Hey, my, rock and roll will never die. Hang your head down in your eyes, make $1 million. Well, I was in this band going nowhere fast. We sent out our demo, but everybody passed. So one day we finally took the plunge. We went out to Seattle and we started playing grunge. Washington State, Space Needle, Eddie Vedder. Not to fit in fast, we wore flannel shirts, turn our amps up till it hurts. We got bad attitudes, and what's more, when we play, we stare straight down at the floor. Pretty scary. I haven't seen nothing like that on TV in like 13, 15 minutes. Now to fit in on the Seattle scene, you gotta show people something they had never seen. So, thinking up a gimmick one day, we decided we were gonna be the only band that wouldn't play not even a note. We called it Silence. Music's original alternative. We called it Roots Grunge. Then we spread the word through the underground that we were the hottest new young band in town. Record guy come out to see us one day. Just like always, we refused to play and knocked him out. He said he loved our work. He said he loved our work, but he wasn't sure if he could sell a record that didn't have any music on it. I said, "They do it in Nashville all the time." hey, my, rock and roll will never die. Hang your hair down in your eye, make $1 million. Well, they made us do a video, but that wasn't tough because we just filmed ourselves smashing stuff. It was kind of weird because there was no music, but MTV said they would love to use it. The kids went wild, the kids went nuts. Rolling Stone gave us 5 stars, said we played with guts. We were scoring chicks, taking drugs. They asked us to go on MTV Unplugged. You should have seen it. We went right out there and refused to do acoustical versions of the electrical songs that we'd refused to record in the first place. Then we smashed our shit. Well, it blew them away at the Grammy show by refusing to play and refusing to go. And just when it looked like fame would last forever, along came this band that wasn't even together. Shit, now that's alternative. I feel stupid and contagious. Well, our band got dropped, and that's not funny because now we're hooked on crack, but we're out of money. So the other day I called up the band. I said, guys, I've taken all I can. I say we shave off these goatees, pack the van, move to East Nashville and go alternative country. Very wise man, he once said, some folks rob you. Wait. I set my monkey on a log. I ordered him to do the dog. He shook his tail, he wagged his head. He went over, he did the cat instead. He's a weird monkey. Very funky. I like to throw that verse in just in case some of you old timers think I don't know which Bob Dylan song I got this off. Very wise man, he once said, some folks will rob you with a fountain pen. Don't take too long to figure out just what that old guy was talking about. A lot of people don't have a lot of food on their table, but they've got their forks and they got their knives. They're gonna want to cut something. Look out. I like to throw that verse in there just in case some of you really old timers think I don't know what Woody Guthrie's on. Bob Dylan got this off. Woo!